Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. It's Leo speaking. Today I'm going to introduce you to the arpeggiator inside Logic Pro for iPad. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. So the arpeggiator inside Logic Pro for iPad is actually quite powerful, and it is really full of features. So let's have a look at it. So we are inside Logic Pro for iPad on an iPad Pro M1. We just created a new project and let's click on tracks. Okay. And we just create a simple MIDI track with a software instrument. And let's change that straight away. We go to the browser here. We go to instrument patches. We select bass, and I will explain why I select bass in a moment. And let's try this one. Okay, so play surface on. Let's try the bass. Really nice, really nice. Okay, so let's click on the plugin editor, and let's click now on MIDI effect. And as you can see in the list of Logic Pro MIDI effects, the first one is arpeggiator. So let's click on it. As you can see, you have the arpeggiator effect loaded up. Now you have some exposed parameter like the rate and the note order, which are quite standard for an arpeggiator. But now let's double click on it and let's maximize the view. And as you can see, it is actually quite full of features. Okay, so first of all, play surface up so that we can play some notes. So let's try. As you can see, it's playing notes very quickly. I want to create a bass arpeggio, like an Italo disco one, which goes up and down an octave. So let's reduce the rate perhaps to a quarter here. Okay, that's perfect. Of course, if you remove playback here, it's not active anymore. You click playback there, it's active. You can also do a silent capture as well directly to the region on the track that you have available. Here you can also snap your input to the rate, which makes sense. Now you can half the rate or you can double the rate. So I use my fingers now on the play surface. As you can hear, you can double it or you can half it. You can decide to use a particular scale, right? So, for example, natural minor, and also select the key here. So far, straightforward, right? Next, we have latch mode. You activate it clicking in here. Okay, so now if I press here, you need to deactivate it to get that to stop, even if you are not holding the key down. There are different latch modes. There is the first one, which is the default one, which is transpose. You can also have gated transpose, which remain active as long as you hold the keys on your MIDI controller or keyboard. You can also add notes to what you already have running. You can add temporarily, which is similar to the gated transpose, but you can add notes and you can set it to through so the notes go straight through. Okay, so let me try gated transpose. And I'll let go, of course, or I'll try transpose only. Of course, I need to activate it, sorry. So gated transpose. And I let go and it stops. And transpose is what we already know. And you can see here that I'm using the mouse, so as soon as I move it, you know that I'm not holding the key on the play surface. Of course, you can use an external MIDI controller to do that, which is much straightforward. Now let me show you add, and let's enable it again. And in this way, I can press different notes and let go, and I can keep adding notes. Okay, that's really nice. Now, when it is active, you can add the rest to the position where the arpeggio is. You can add a tie, you can add the chord step, you can delete the last step, and you can clear everything. This is quite powerful. It's like having a mini sequencer for your arpeggio. So it allows you to create many different things. And I will show you that later on, okay, when I add a second track. Now let's scroll down, move to the next part. Here you can decide the note order, up, down, up and down, outside the in. So the first, the top one, the lowest one, then the second top, the second to the top, then the second to the bottom. So it moves from the outside of that range of notes to the inside. Random and in the note order that you played. And you can also lock, if you choose the last one, you can also lock the played order as well as you make other changes. But now let's leave it as up. Then you can set note order variation, okay? And it will give you some variation on the order of notes. And I will show you that in a moment with another track. You can decide octave. So let's go up by an octave. And that is my Italo Disco arpeggio. Now here you have selection for octave and inversion. If you put it to inversion, it will create a quite interesting variation on notes where you have also inversion. The cycle length as played, or you can change it as you need. Then length of the notes, it's like your gate. Then note length randomization, okay, which is really nice in terms of randomizing that. The length, really great. And you can do the similar thing here. You have velocity range, so minimum max, and then the randomization of the velocity, okay? And it will tell you here the velocity number. And then here you can decide that the randomization is just random or it is a decrescendo, which will be decreased or changed based on the previous note velocity. And you can have swing as well. Again, I will show you that in a moment. Then the great thing here is that you have also a grid system. When you create your pattern, it will be a custom one. You can also capture it, you playing directly on the play surface. But then it comes also with a number of patterns, as you can see here. And you can move to the next one, to the previous one, and you can change the length of it, okay? And then, this is really powerful, you have also the ability to create splits in the keyboard. So you can say where the arpeggiator starts and where it ends, based on notes. Of course, it would have been better if it said the name of the notes, but at the moment it says the number of the notes. And then you have controller here, you can have up to 4 controllers, controlling a number of parameters inside the arpeggiator, like the note length, randomization, if to enable latch or not, etc. The other thing is when you do a keyboard split above the top range, you can play notes as you like. Below, actually, you can use it to control different parts of the arpeggiator. Okay, so quite powerful. But for now, let's open up again the play surface and let's try it. Now you can touch the transport control here and it will actually, particularly the stop, will make it actually stop, which is quite nice instead of going back and undo the latch. Of course, you can program it to have some keys via an external MIDI controller to stop the latch as well. Now, let's create another track. We duplicate that. Let's go back to the browser, okay? And then here, let's see if we can find something perhaps like a pad. Let me open up here the additional filter here. Let's go to genre here. And then let's say that I want 80s, okay? And then let's close this. Then let's try this one. That's quite nice. Click and hold, drag up here. Okay, perfect. Let's close the browser now and let's open the play surface again. Okay, now I really would like to do the split. First of all, I want them to sum together, so I enable the recording like so. Now, as you can see, it's not ideal because the bass plays all over the keyboard, regardless of the position where you actually press the key. Well, first of all, let's go back here to the first track. Let's open up the plugin editor and the arpeggiator again, and let's close the play surface. Let's maximize these, and maybe let's have the play surface again open. Now, let's go to the keyboard split and let's enable it. Now, let's go down to probably something like, 58. I think we were on C3 here, so... As you can hear, there is no arpeggiator running. You can still hear the bass, but the arpeggio is not running. If I go below... So you can hear it playing again, so... Okay, perfect. Now we have the split, so the arpeggio will play only up to this B3. But it still plays up here. So in order to resolve that, well, open up the inspector now, okay? And scroll down, you are at track level, click on more, and scroll down again, and here you have key limit. So let's click on the upper key, and let's go down to B, like so. Oh, it doesn't allow me that, because I need to change first these. Let's go to C2 there, and then decide on B. So... Perfect. Now it's the bass doesn't play anymore from above on this higher part of the register. So I created the split. However, if I press below here, so the bass is playing and also the pad, the bells pad is playing, which I don't really want. So second track, and let's change the limit here. We get these to start from the lower limit from C3. Okay. Sorry, here. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we've done that. Now, let's close the inspector again. We are on the second track. And now let's open the plugin editor. And let's add a MIDI effect arpeggiator on the second track. And let's open it up. And let's maximize the screen and get the surface, the play surface back again. So let's enable the arpeggio. We are going to have it in latch mode. And let me show you what happens when I start to add a rest, a tie, and also a chord here. So I'm going to press multiple notes. I'm going to do a C minor chord. And then I'm going to add rest, tie, and chord. The thing I forgot to mention is that you need to hold the keys, for in this case for the C minor chord, before you can add the rest, the tie, and also the chord as steps. Okay. Now the other thing as well, as I was mentioning earlier on, is that you can play some patterns and down here on the grid. So let's enable that. Okay. And let's choose, for example, a chord busts 1. Okay, and yeah. Okay, next what we have to do is to set the split correctly. So let's go back and check the previous track, like so. Let's go back to the arpeggiator and let's scroll down. And we can see that the top range was 61, so we can go to 62. So we close, we go to this track here, open the arpeggiator, and scroll down, enable the key split, and the lower part we set it from 62. Okay, let's try now. Okay, really nice, works really nice. So let's activate the arpeggio, and now I'm going to play with the bass below as well. Okay, that is fantastic. I hope you agree with me. That is full, actually, of features, and you can run multiple arpeggios, one per each track, and therefore you can segment different zones as well through your keyboard. At the moment, I'm using the internal Play Surface keyboard for tutorial purposes, but of course, if you have an external MIDI controller, you can create multiple zones on that controller, and each zone will have a different type of arpeggio, and you can also go, for example, for drum patterns as well, or if you prefer, you can actually create a track here with drums and play that at the same time as you do a performance. So it's absolutely great. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. See you next time. Bye.